Well, hey y'all. Welcome to the Wooden Butterfly. As you can see, I'm not in my usual studio. We're not painting today, but we're actually going to go out and find some things that we can transform. We're going thrifting and we're going from Georgia all the way down to the Gulf. So it should be a really fun day. Come along with me and let's see what we can find. Hey y'all, Kirsten from the future here, just hopping in mid-project, a little warm, a little disheveled. We've had a storm come through our area that has knocked our power out for the past couple of days. And for those that don't know, I live in Tallahassee, Florida, which is northern Florida. It's a little warm here right now, if y'all didn't know. So we have the generator going so that I can at least keep a couple fans going because y'all, whoo, I'd be a puddle on the floor and that wouldn't be pretty for anybody. So we're just going to do the best we can and we're going to keep on moving. So like I said, I do apologize. If you hear that humming noise in the background or hear some fans going, I can't really do much about it, y'all. I just can't. And let me tell you a little bit about the trip that we did take a few weeks ago. About a month or so ago, my friend Linda, who is an interior designer, has the blog and the YouTube channel called Life On Summerhill. She's also a professional interior designer, so she knows her stuff, y'all. Please click that link in the description below and find out what she's all about. She's also videoed this whole trip as well, so catch the things that she many of the things that I didn't see that she probably did. So Linda reached out to me and said, hey, wouldn't it be fun if we went from Georgia to the coast and did a little thrifting trip? And since we are in Tallahassee, in that panhandle area in the northern part of the state, it's not very far for us to go to Georgia, and it's not very far to go to the coast. And so we just made a day trip of it and had such a good time. It's so good to just get out and get your creative juices going. That's exactly what this trip did. It really got, I come home energized and ready to go and knock some projects out. Sometimes you can kind of get creative block, if you know what I'm saying. You know, there's writer's block. Well, there's painter's block as well. Sometimes you kind of get stuck and sometimes you just need to get out of your environment so that you can kind of come up with some other things. And that's exactly what happened. So I didn't come home with a lot of furniture because I have way too much right now and no storage at the moment. So you will see a few of the pieces that I did find that I thought would be great to transform. And I'm going to give you some of the ideas that I have that would really make those spectacular. I also have a tutorial of how I repurpose the items that I did bring home, as well as at the very end, you're going to want to stay tuned. Stay all the way, watch this video all the way to the end, because I have a little preview of the video that's coming out on Wednesday. It's a super fun project and great for this time of the year, so you're not going to want to miss that one. So stay till the end, catch that, and see the tutorial that I have. Enjoy this video, y'all. Let me show you what we found. So the first stop that we had was the Goodwill in the northern part of our city. They actually had some great things there. I don't find them many things at Goodwill normally, but look at these milk glass. I think they're like punch cups. And then look at these. Check out these silver plated pitchers. They are gorgeous. And $99 and $7.99. Y'all, that's a really good price. I'll show you a couple ideas of what I would do with those. But look at all the glassware and many things. This crystal vase, $4.99, y'all, for crystal. And check out these. You might see these again a little later in the video. Just a little heads up. But that depression glass right next to it is so gorgeous. I thought this table was gorgeous at the community thrift. That was our next stop along the way. They had many great things, lots of rummaging to go through in the back, and then some really unique things. I mean, who doesn't need a rabbit unicorn juicer, right? Next on our list was Lighthouse Children's Home. They have a back room with huge warehouse full of furniture. And so many so many china cabinets that you could separate and do like I did in the last video, where you turn the bottom into credenza and the top into a display cabinet. And look at that, y'all. It's the same exact one that I just got off Facebook Marketplace for $50. Remember how I took the top, made a display cabinet, and the bottom into credenza? Yeah, this one, $150. Incredible. There was this set here as well that I thought would make some really cool makeovers. I'll show you in just a second some of the ideas that I had. I just didn't have room to store this many pieces, but they really would. I mean, for $150 for all of them isn't terrible, but like I said, I just didn't have the room for it. But check this out. So with the end tables, I thought you could maybe do this Pottery Barn finish, or that little cabinet would make a great entryway cabinet with some bold color and some legs, and maybe some bold color just like Interior Frugalista did on hers. And this is what I would do with those silver plated, this is the water pitcher and the teapot. And our next stop was Astrid's Wishing Well, which is an eclectic mix of lots of goodies and lots of treasures. She has a bunch loaded outside, and then inside there were so many cute little things. They just weren't quite what we needed, but they were really interesting. Lots of brass and collectibles. This set of glasses and pitcher, I wanted to bring it home if I had a place to keep it. And then y'all, the milk glass. Oh, I collect milk glass. I just don't have another inch to fit another piece. Oh, I need a bigger house. That's it. That's the solution. So our next step was the Trading Post and Med Art. And of course, I had to take a picture of the Butterfly Sanctuary. They had lots of gorgeous things. Very different. Very coastal for sure. And would be a great addition to a little beach cottage. And there it is, y'all. There's the coast. We stopped at a great little restaurant called the Sign Yard. It's in Panacea, off the beaten path, but it overlooks the water and the marina, and it's just absolutely beautiful. There is just something about the water. It just brings such peace. Wouldn't you just love to open your window every morning and look at that? I mean, how gorgeous. Well, we sure enjoyed the trip. So let me show you what I did with the pieces that I did. These are the 3 pieces that I found. Actually, they were 2. One of them I actually found on a trip to Tennessee, but I'll show you that in a second. Aren't they beautiful? They're little vintage creamers. They didn't have a full set, so they're just, odd and end pieces. I looked them up on Google Lens. None of them are worth more than $20, so what I'm going to do with them is not going to hurt them, and they'll actually be used for a better purpose. So, and this is the 3rd piece. Those 2 were $2.99, and I believe this one was $2. So that's what started the whole thing. Was I found that first one and then found 2 more, and I thought, what a great thing to put some succulents in. So I have succulents that sit in my kitchen window, and they have been in these mason jars that I painted, oh goodness, probably a decade ago when I started painting furniture with chalk paint. I mean, forever ago, and I've actually been able to keep those succulents alive, so that's a bonus. I don't have a good track record with plants inside at all, so the fact that I've been able to keep these alive tells me, okay, at least I can do this. They aren't the healthiest and they aren't the best looking, I know this, but hey, they're at least still living, right? So when I remember to water them, they get some water and we're good to go. I'm always worried about overwatering and then I underwater, and anyhow, it's just a mess. But we're just gonna pop these in here to see which ones I want to put where. One of them was just way too lanky because I guess it wasn't getting enough sunlight, so it was reaching for the sun. And these others are just dried on the bottom, so we just gotta fix it. We're gonna put them roots and everything. But this one actually is cut because I looked up how to propagate them, and it says to cut it and then let it dry out for a day or two, so that when you do plant it, it doesn't get root rot. So that's what we've done, and now it's ready to be planted. The others I'm just transplanting. So we're going to use some of the old dirt and some new dirt. I found some cactus, palm, and something else. Before I had found just just succulent and cactus dirt. You have to make sure it drains really well, especially since these don't have drainage holes on the bottom. So you really want a well draining soil, something that's going to dry out quite easily. So that's why you want something that has cactus in the soil. So we're just removing all of the dead petals. And by the way, they dried out before I actually cut it, so that is from before and not after I cut it, just so you know, because you'll see there's more dead ones on the other two, sorry. So we're just removing all of the dead petals so that we can go ahead and transplant them. So I just put some of that dirt in a pot, and I added some water to it so it was moist when I potted it, so that when we so it isn't flooded with water when when they all float to the top. That's no fun. So we want to make sure that the soil is moist. I didn't want it too saturated, and we're just adding that around all of the roots, just like you would a regular transplant. And this one, we're just going to stick it straight into the dirt, and it will actually start bearing its own roots. We'll just keep that soil moist and keep it in the sun so that it gets nice and stable. You notice my little watering can off to the side, and would like to know how I got that finish on there. It's actually a plastic flowering pot that's, is cheap, inexpensive, probably $2. Well, with inflation, it's probably $5 now. But I just picked it up at Walmart, painted it, and then used a great patina paint. So if you'd like to have a tutorial on how to get that finish, go ahead and leave that comment below. And let me know also, do you like succulents, and do you plant them? If I'm doing something wrong, please let me know. I'm not an expert. I just did a quick search and tutorial to find out what it is that I needed to do. And so far it's worked for me. So I'm going to keep kind of doing it. Like I said, they're not the healthiest because I don't water them regularly. I don't spray them regularly like I probably should. And all those good things. But like I said, if you have some good tips that are easy, please let me know in the comments below. And here's how they look when they're done. I couldn't get them in the windowsill because there was too much light coming in, but here they are propped up on my open shelving. And here's the preview of the video next week. Can you imagine what I'm going to be doing with this? And here's my inspiration. So you get a little color peek. So what did you think? Did you like the tutorial? And how about the shopping trip? Was there anything that you saw that you would pick up? Let me know in the comments below.